Hey Capricorn, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. If I don't catch your wavelength or storyline here, check your other major placements. We are starting with the Urban Crow Oracle deck. I can't remember if this is what I did for Sagittarius and Scorpio or not, but that's what I'm doing today. And then we're going to move on to a more traditional spread with the iconic writer Waite Smith Deck in honor of Black History Month, with Pamela Colman Smith being the artist for that. So all those iconic images coming from her. And it's not the original deck, which I sometimes hear people say, but it was done in 1904 and tarot is much older than that. So anyway, just honoring Pamela Colman Smith, massive contribution to our culture here and to tarot. Whoa, interesting. On the Urban Crow here, we have exposed Capricorn, feeling a little vulnerable, maybe separated from the group, maybe discovered, exposed. You might be feeling unsafe. This card has a couple readings. One is feeling maybe insecure feeling insecure, like those dreams where you're giving a speech and you discover you're naked, something like that, a feeling like that, feeling exposed and insecure about it, feeling maybe not even, it might not be safe. We have a red-tailed hawk here attacking a singled out crow in the picture, but I think it can go a couple different directions of maybe not feeling safe. I mean, but that's what feeling insecure is, right? So it's not necessarily a physically true sensation thing, but it is like a sensation that you're having of being exposed and or something maybe being revealed, and that may make you feel vulnerable. We also have trickery. So along the lines of being revealed, there's something hidden here. We're pretending, this little crow is pretending that, no, actually I haven't hidden anything here. There's nothing hiding here at all. You don't see this. This is not, so maybe there's something that you've been hiding or you've hidden and now it's coming out, it's being exposed. You may feel that your hidden thing or your secret may be being exposed at this point, or this may also be, you feeling vulnerable and someone else hiding something from you or keeping something from you. This is treasure and, it's camouflage. So it's not necessarily trickery, but something's been camouflaged here. Something's not been seen, and this might have been you, or this might be someone around you that's sort of sweeping over something. Don't look at that. You don't need to see that. So I can see these as being like both you feeling vulnerable, but you might be getting a hint that someone's hiding something from you or keeping something from you, or you've been keeping something from somebody and now it's getting revealed and exposed. What should help with all of this is a perspective, looking at things from a different perspective. It's a choice to look at things from a different perspective, from someone else's perspective, someone else's idea, seeing it, why would this person want to hide something? Maybe you need to think about, change your perspective instead of just being upset with them with hiding something. Maybe, put yourself in their shoes. So this crow has chosen to see the world upside down for a minute and just looking at things from a different perspective than what you're used to, from a viewpoint that's really different than what you're used to. So, and that may have you feeling exposed and vulnerable, having to maybe look at some things from a different point of view, from a different perspective, or different perspective. Choosing to look at something with a different... It's interesting, these two cards together, this exposed and trickery, because it does seem, that this little hidden thing is now getting exposed. That's what I get. All right, now on to the traditional spread with the traditional iconic deck. I think sometimes I find this deck a little intimidating, but it could be because I learned on it these 8-9 years ago, and so it's always like an attempt to get it right, and I sometimes cut off from my intuition, although I haven't been finding that to be the case for these last couple of readings. All right, Jack. Jack, you can be up here, but you have to leave me room to work, honey. Okay, there's not much room on my new table. All right, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Oh man, we got a reversal here. How did that happen? Oh, there's a couple. All right, well, we'll have to fix that later. We got a rogue reversal here for you, Capricorn. And, oh my gosh, 4 wands, 4 wands. So that means there's something about creativity or sexuality that's very prominent in this reading. Check. That's very prominent in this reading here today. 4 wands. That's wild. That's wild. Okay, in your recent past, though, you have 7 of Cups. So issues of prioritization, lots of options, lots of possibilities here. There's one choice that looks more obvious to you, but there's a lot of distraction. There's a lot of distraction. Yes, I do think so. And so there's just the 7 of Cups. They're, you know, trying to figure out what's going to make you happiest, what's the best route to go. You know, we don't know until we find out what's going to make us happiest, how we're going to feel about something until we explore that and figure that out. Jack, you're a camera hog. Yeah. So your 7 of Cups is in your recent past of lots of decisions that needed to be made, trying to make your best guess as to what's the best route to take for you, what's going to bring you the most satisfaction, and trying to prioritize something, but being overwhelmed by options and maybe a little bit of a cluttered mental or emotional landscape, trying to figure something out here. In your current situation, you have 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands to me is when we've started the wand journey with our Ace of Wands. And 2 of Wands is about really calculating, thinking, trying to find, you know, he's not, this wand represents trusting his intuition. Okay, he's got a vision. This wand represents still trying to figure things out, trying to intellectualize the situation, trying to get clarity and understand on that front. What did you do? Oh, fascinating. Okay, well, we'll discuss that later. So the 2 of Wands to me is about, so we've started some sort of, you've gotten some sort of creative hit or intuitive hit or something like that. You've connected with something here in this Wands energy, but you're not ready to fully commit to it or go towards it. It's piqued your interest and you're trying to figure out like, well, how does this happen? Like, this would be like, I want to do this and putting together a business plan. Well, the business plan isn't necessarily how it's all going to go and unfold. It's something a bank wants. It's something investors want, but it's not necessarily like really part of the intuitive way that you're going to run things and do things. It's this moment of calculation, or how is that even going to work? And just trying to figure out technicalities of something. This seems to me a very Capricorn-y card here, trying to, as far as all the Capricorns I know, really dealing with the nuts and bolts of a situation, being inspired by something and immediately going into like, how does this work? How do we calculate this? Not necessarily staying in that creative space, but to me, it seems like a little bit like you made a choice here, that you made a priority here, but you're still not sure like how to go about doing it, how to go about addressing this, how to go about figuring out how this is gonna come into your real world and how it's gonna function in your actual life and become part of it and integrate into it. So there's the 2 of Wands is more about being in your head about something. You've gotten the hit and now you're trying to calculate like how this all do you know what? All right. Empress Rose Tarot has one rule. No biting me. My goodness. Good grief. All right. So what you're hoping for is this adorable little like 4 of Wands card, the 1111 card. You're hoping for some sort of engagement, maybe you, maybe someone else you know, hoping for a leveling up You're hoping, well, you're calculating your level up, and now this is what you're dreaming of. You're dreaming of this connection, this beautiful connection, this beautiful next level. There's, with Four of Wands, there's always a public element to it of an announcement. This couple is not getting engaged or getting married in secret. They are, you know, there's a party going on here. There's a celebration. It's a harvest celebration in a way, harvesting, you know, the work we've put into a relationship or a passion project so far and making a commitment to the next level. So the Four of Wands is about, we've figured some things out. So you are currently figuring out some nuts and bolts of a situation. We figured this out. We like where we're at. We like this. We like this thing and we want it to keep going. So there's a commitment to make it keep going, to go to the next level. So we've had enough experience here. We get this. We've kind of figured out the vibe here and we like it. So this can be about work, about creative projects, about relationships. Of course, it's typically the relationship card. And it's a card of commitment and union with something that you've been passionate about and realizing that you would still like to keep going there. So that's what's on your mind. That's your hope here. There is a public element to this. There's an announcement element. Maybe you're looking forward to announcing a promotion or announcing reaching a next level with someone. You're definitely looking forward to that. So in your current situation, what's at issue here is this Devil card reversed. So this is being released of something that has, so the situation is a release of bondage, not being held back anymore, not being released from addiction maybe, or coming out of some sort of unhealthy relationship dynamic with someone or with it could be with work or with something like that. There's just there's been an unhealthy dynamic here. The Devil card in the upright usually to me means enticing temptation that entraps you. So it's like something that because no one would go to the devil if into this bondage if it didn't look good, feel good, smell good, if there wasn't something very tempting about it, that very alluring about it. So this Devil in reverse looks like coming out of that, leaving that behind. Some sort of alluring temptation or something that you may have been entrapped with. This could also be, you know, the Devil card. There's a entrapment, which is contracts are self-entrapment. You know, when we go into them and we sign them, we're saying, yes, I commit to doing this, and it's legally binding. So it can be, you know, being released of some kind of contract or breaking a contract that's been set. That could be at issue as a broken contract here, broken agreement. So there's something that's chained you or held you back somehow, and that's being broken and released. In your environment, we have the Chariot card. Now this one came out reversed. Jack, who I do feel is sometimes, even though he's a little bitey sometimes, he comes here for a reason sometimes. Anyway, this card, he knocked it off the table. When I picked it up, it was upright. So it came out upside down, and then the cat knocked it off the table, and then it came in upright. So we'll talk about both possibilities here. The Chariot card in the upright, this would be something in your environment that's moving forward very smoothly, very nice, exactly as planned. Dreams coming true, things coming together, forces joining and moving something forward. It's a solid movement forward. It's not rickety. We don't have some sort of old jalopy here or falling apart, you know, cart. This is a very solid Chariot. The wheels are wide and sturdy, and it's moving forward very nicely, very well. So something in your environment, I like it with this card here because we have sort of this beautiful symmetry, this equality, this, you know, and in this card, the two characters are about the same size, and I like that. So this Chariot card, is reminding me of that. So something is moving forward very slowly, steadily, success, step by step. These little sphinxes pulling this chariot, they're not in a hurry, right? Sometimes I see this card and I see Ben-Hur here racing around the track. But these sphinxes, they are not, you know, 6 horses. They are 2 sphinxes. They kind of have a mind of their own, so they may have been a little difficult to line things up here, but things are lining up nicely, and progress seems to be happening nice step by step, which is good. We do love the thrill of the wands are very fast moving, our fastest moving energy in this deck. So, or of the suits. And so so it is fast moving, but the chariot has like a steadiness to it and a surety to it, a nice healthy pacing. Even though we love the thrill of the wands, this chariot is saying that there's a healthy pacing going on here. And then your to-do list, your area for greatest growth, energy that you might want to consider interacting with is 10 of Wands. I love all these wands here. They're so many wands, my goodness. And so this 10 of Wands is about putting down a burden. Like, he's been carrying this burden, can't even see where he's going anymore. And the 10 is the completion. You're done carrying this. You're done doing this. Maybe you're done needing to hide this. You're done with this whole situation here. This could also be changing a perspective. You don't have to do this. You don't have to carry this burden anymore. These wands can represent other people's ideas of what constitutes a good time, other people's ideas of what you should be doing with your life. To me, it's like an armload of shoulds that other people have given you and asked you to carry to town. So I like this card. This little stage that he's on it qualifies it as sort of a separation card. So it's making a very independent decision from what other people want and other people's expectations, what makes other people happy, what thrills them, what they think you should be doing with your life, and making a decision outside of that. We have this town in the background, and he is separated by this sort of stage from that town. So it's a card of demarcation, a moment here where we're not going to be listening to the town. We don't have to be part of this society right now. We can go our own way, and it's time to put something down that we've been carrying for too long, and other people's expectations is usually what I see here, so that we can follow our own path. And then that's exactly where you're going here is this 7 of Wands, where you're standing your ground and you're defending yourself. See, you put down these 10 wands and you pick up your 1 wand. This is your wand. This is what you want. This is what you believe in. This is the end of this. It's an ending of something that's been really burdensome. This Devil card, really. We're already talking about something that's been burdensome and held you back. Ending. It's basically these 2 cards, but this has you taking advantage of some sort of opportunity to drop a burden and drop something and not carry that anymore. So both of the Devil in reverse and the 10 of Wands upright here talk about being released from a burden. So this Devil in reverse is saying you are being released, and your job is to do your part in the releasing. You have to let go of this burden. Oh, you know what? I realized we didn't talk about the Chariot in the reverse. Maybe we weren't supposed to, but we are going to now. Chariot in reverse would be things not coming together and things not, you're still hoping for this, but things aren't really moving forward, or they're not coming together, or there's not a lot of cooperation when we have it in the reverse. So there's a possibility, since the circumstances here in this reading itself brought up the possibility that it could be read 2 ways. It seems like maybe some of you are having things really come together and move slow, steady, sure, certain forward, and others of you are still trying to herd cats and get something going, and get something moving together. Basically, this Chariot is like you have successfully herded your cats, and now they can go forward. But in the reverse, you have not herded your cats and there's not a lot of movement and things just aren't kind of coming together yet. So because it presented in both possibilities, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be, you know, different. And so then this is where you're going, standing your ground. You've got the high ground. You've got your idea now. This is your idea. This isn't everybody else's idea. You dropped these and you picked up this. And now this town, here we have a little story. Now this town is going to pick up these sticks and come at you and be like, hey, these are the sticks you were supposed to be carrying. We told you to carry these sticks. And you're like, no, I carry this stick. This is my stick and I like it. And I'm doing this. And they're like, no, carry ours. And you're like, no, look, I'm only carrying one now and it's going to be mine. So you have an idea and you're committed to it and you're going to have to defend this decision to drop these sticks and drop this burden. You're going to be put in a position where you have to defend that choice. And you know, it's your right to defend. It's your right to put down these burdens. It's your right to make your own decisions about your own life, but you're not going to be free of the consequences of that choice or free of blowback. So there's going to be some blowback for this decision to not do things the way other people keep telling you to do. It reminds me of just a sudden, it wasn't a realization, more of a like, wow, you know, I've known this for a while, but man, all of the advice I followed given to me by people that were actually dead inside, really bad advice. That's what this is reminding me of. Advice that people are dead inside wanted to give you. They want you to live like them. They think they've figured something out and they're like, no, it's just the way it is. That's just how you have to do things. And then you're like, oh man, I guess so. I want to be smart, so I'll just do things the way everybody else tells me it just has to be done. And here you're like, you know, screw that. I'm doing this. I'm doing my thing, and I'm going to defend myself. And you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to defend yourself from all these naysayers and people who are dead inside and somehow think that that's a normal and that's how everybody should be. Just quick, kill your soul off, and everything will be so much easier. That's what I hear with this 10 card, and you're going to say no. All right. Capricorn, I hope that was helpful for you, and thanks for watching.